This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Oops, I was going to play that one first. Try to just wake you up with the truck horn. There you go. Where the hell that was? Happy St. Patrick's Day. All right. I do have green. It's like army green shirt underneath there, okay? I don't have any green. Just kind of like green. I don't have any of that. Yeah. So I'm hoping to get as many fewer subs as possible today. If you guys could please keep unsubscribing, that'd be fantastic. We got to get down to the equilibrium level. Hey, thank you very much. Quietly Frozen. Wow. Wait, that's a double? Holy crap. A quadruple cat eye right out of the gate. What's it gonna do? I'll put you in the... Do you want me to add you to the spins? Quietly Frozen? That would take me a while to put that in there. But thank you so much. That was so nice. There it is. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put a few in there, and if you win, I'll just respin. There we go.
Happy Shamrock, Shamrock, Shamrock.
Thank you. Wow. Quietly Frozen. The coolest name in YouTube history. And we got 3 new channel members. But yes, for those of you who are in here, there's like this movement going on of people like trying to get the ticker symbol to go down. I really don't care. Do you get it? I mean, it's sort of bothersome, but it's like, you know.
Chewbacca?
There'll be another time where I'm really busy. My numbers will go up again, you know. Thank you, Teresa Murray. Oh, and guess what? I've heard from. I talked to Colleen. 3 times today. Fitzpatrick, and she was the founder of Identifinders International. And hey, thank you very much. Wow, Tosh and Teresa Murray. And she gave me updates on all of our cases. We have 6, by the way. I was like, whoa. Talking about
avocados are green.
All right. Hey. All right. Thank you. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. That beat's so cool. Might have to switch something around at the beginning of the show, or I don't know. Maybe use that. Circa Then. That's one of the cool names. Quietly Frozen, Circa Then. There's just a few names out there that you kind of remember like, wow, those are cool. You know, what made you think of that one, by the way? Circa Then. And then Quietly Frozen. Sort of. What do you think? Those are just awesome. All right, so let's do the updates on the DNA projects really quick. We'll actually get to learn a little bit about them. Okay, so remember when I went down to Klamath Falls and met with the sheriff down there? The cigarette butt. That one is in. It's already through sequencing. And they've sent it off to bioinformatics, and then Colleen Fitzpatrick got it moved, both of that one and let's see, what's the other one? Oh yeah, in Addison, Vermont. That one. Hey, thanks, Kubi. Did you get your notebook yet?
Chewbacca?
Come on, you had to have got that.
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Happy St. Patty's Day, Shamrock.
Maybe you live far away, I don't know. Oh yeah, so the Vermont one, thank you, Kubi. The Vermont case is going to, that one also is going to bioinformatics. And so what they do is they fill in if there's some DNA missing, it's kind of an interesting thing. It's sort of like on Jurassic Park, the movie, where they had to fill in different gaps of DNA, but these are like the known ones that all humans have just to create the whole thing. I know, it's pretty interesting. But the Addison County one and the cigarette butt are both going to bioinformatics. I can see you guys are just absolutely excited to hell about that. Yeah, so that means that bioinformatics is the stage just before that person massages it, gets it just right, and then they upload it to GEDmatch or Family Tree DNA directly from there. Then we have the Lake Altoona. I call it. I get corrected to say Allatoona, but nobody goes Allatoona. They go Altoona. It's just quick. All right. So that one is in the extraction phase right now, where they actually have the hair. It's made it through part one, and I guess there's a second part that then it gets created. Okay. That one's the crazy one. That's the case where the victim has flippers on. They were weighted down, and and thank you very much, Tosh and Kubi and everybody up there. Let's see who else. Yeah, Teresa Murray, thank you very much. And the new members, welcome. Yeah, so it's made it through 2 different places, so that one's looking good. I mean, the hair is a really good source, so it's not likely that it won't work. It just takes time there. Then we've got 3 others, by the way. And so let's take a look at those 3 really quick, because I hadn't even really seen them myself. There's not much information on them, but they are all in NamUs. So this one is it's a male. The race was uncertain. Happened in 2000. So now I'm not sure when they said uncertain. Well, here it does say body of a black male found in burned abandoned house. And this is in Highland Park, Michigan. All right, so that's one. Now, what are the circumstances? Yeah, that's all it is. All parts were recovered, but he was not recognizable. I mean, isn't it just awesome that we get to help do these things? That's crazy. So there's one. Then the other one is this one. These wouldn't be being done if not for your guys' support and our channel just as a whole, you know, the bulk factor, us donating the money. We have put $50,000, $53,000 I think, in the DNA fund. There's 33 still in there, and that should cover most of these 6, but I'm going to keep adding to it, obviously. So here's another one. This one's from 1977, May 30th. And this one's a weird one because they're, you know, 6'3", so they would stand out as a person. They're younger than 40, estimated 25 to 35 years old. And let's see what they put on the map here. Yeah, it's about where I had it. Kind of right in this area here. Again in Michigan. But 1977, and then down here it says accessories had a watch and tobacco pouch, clothing, gray pants, blue long sleeve shirt and sleeves, zippered hooded sweatshirt, blue gray boxer. This person is Caucasian. And footwear, field boots, brown laced up high, knee-high socks. The body of a badly decomposed man was found in the Detroit River at the foot of New Street and Wyandotte. All parts were recovered again. So we're going to be identifying these people. Now, maybe it turns out where it isn't determined to be a homicide or whatnot, but you never know. And the main thing is just giving somebody their name back and allowing their family to at least know where the hell that person is. And then here's another one. The 2014, another white Caucasian male, 35 to 60 years old, 5'9", can't estimate on the weight. Let me see what that last one said. Let's see. Unidentified remains found on Lake Michigan Beach near South Haven, Michigan. 1 or more limbs not recovered. Physical description unknown. So there you go. Those are 3 just kind of random ones that they would just sit there and languish away in a nameless database or some other database for decades because they're not popular, like, oh my god, ooh, the boy in the box type of thing, right? Yeah. Hey, wow, thank you so much, Cali Gal 3.
DNA and Gray.
Yeah. Well, yay for you guys and the channel and what we're doing here. I know it's offensive to people that we do these types of projects. They like just sensationalism and absolute garbage. But we actually go out there and try to make a difference out there. And I think that's, you know, that's important. And so, you know, thank you guys for allowing me to do what we're doing. I mean, it's been incredible so far. I mean, we've given over $140,000 to DNA Fund, and you know, mainly the 3 biggest places we've sent money to are the NCMEC, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, RAIN, Violence Against Women, and Texas EquiSearch. You know, I really can't think of anything better than those 3. And then Innocence Project's in there, in the true crime world of donations. So, I mean, $140,000 is pretty insane. That's from the income from the channel, not like fundraisers and things like that. So, pretty sweet. Oh yeah, what was the pretentious repeated phrase? That's the wow, just wow. Put a 1 if you've seen that in Facebook groups over and over and over again. The phrase, wow, just wow. You know you've heard that one or seen it. Yeah, I think everybody's seen it 1,000 times. Yeah, Facebook to me, the only thing that's good about Facebook is the chat part. You know, that's about it. Yeah, I know Tim Miller personally. Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to him probably 4 or 5 times on a phone and video. I'll have to get hooked up again here pretty soon on something. Who knows? My Facebook is my book. Is your book? What does that even mean? Jesus. I use Messenger. That's about it. Yeah. That's what, that's pretty much what everybody does. All right, so we're going to get going now. We're going to get to the Lori and Chad Daybell Probable Cause that we talked about doing last week sometime. Obviously, other YouTubers heard what I said and did exactly the same thing. You know, it's absolutely amazing how the timing was so perfect. What does that even mean? I don't know. I've never made that one. Would anybody buy that one if I put the mug out there that said, what does that even mean? I think you could just, you know what I could see you guys doing? You're sitting at your table with your significant other and they say something absolutely crazy and all you do is tap on your mug with the quote facing them and it says, what does that even mean? Come on, don't you think that'd be pretty funny? Yeah. What does that even mean? Yeah. I only use it for chatting, basically. Every time I go to a group or something. I mean, sometimes I post stuff in there to see if people want to watch, but, just in general, just reading all the different, the thought process of so many people, it gets depressing. Why would it start an argument? It says, what does that even mean? It'd be funny. Come on, Kathy. Maybe at your house it would, yeah. But. There we go. I like that one with the alien.
Don't participate on Facebook.
What does it even mean? God, I gotta remember to do that one. Just put like question marks all around it, and then what does that even mean? All right, let me. I gotta write a note here so I don't forget to do it this time. Oh, by the way, if you get the notebook on PayPal, you get. I put 2 of these in there. One's red and one's black. The Freak Pen. Send 25 to PayPal. You let me know you want one of these, and I'll ship it off. What does that even? I say that a lot. What does it even mean? And then. Yeah. All right. Got it. Yeah, it's like that pretty much almost every night in here, Verbal Judo. The freaks take care of me, and that's how we're able to What was the highest number we donated? I gave away, I think it was something like 8,000 or 9,000 one month. Maybe it was 10. I don't even remember. It was a huge number. We don't normally get to that, but try to donate at least $4,000 or $5,000, and you know, I donate over 50% of the net revenue to charities, so you know, that takes care of me, allows me to keep doing these every single day, and we go out there and make a huge difference. I mean, I hope people see how that's different than others. Thank you, Teresa Murray. Got my notebook and pens. Camo thinks the stress ball is his. Oh, you're a cat. Or is Camo a cat? Yeah. All right. So I gave you guys the update. The 6 DNA cases that we're doing. That's a dog. Yeah. Well, that dog can rip that apart easy. Pretty good though. They look just like the hearts that are on the. I put black as a text. I threw it on there with my pen just to see if it would work. I don't know who that is, Verbal Judo. We also don't pump other channels on here, so you're gonna have to remove that one. Yeah, it kind of almost seems like it, doesn't it? I don't even know who the hell you're talking about.
Camo thinks the stress ball is his.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you talking about Lookner? Wow, yeah, forget it. Alright, here we go. Just wanted to remove all the comments above. Who knows where those are coming from? Yeah, it's always some person that's coming over to pump another channel up. Strange how that works. Yeah, LM was pretty quick on the draw there. She knew. All right, so we're gonna get going on. It's crazy, right, Zozo? Every day, it's never just a smooth day. You know, like it's always somebody. Hold on a second. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're bringing out the probable cause document in the Lori and Chad Daybell case. I mean, we don't really know for sure, but it's just kind of strange. I mean, I'm the one that asked, but as soon as you say, like, I'm supposed to know who that name is, you know? Who the hell knows who that is? You guys ready? So I'm going to skip down to where they start actually talking about stuff. I have all the videos and other information. I have the pictures of Lori and Chad at the beach, the malachite ring, that they bought on Amazon, by the way. So this is the wedding ring right here, by the way. It's still on sale there for 47 smackers, boy. They really went all out for that one. But it was really the malachite, the kryptonite to the evil spirits. Yeah. Good stuff, huh? Okay. So I think it's right here. Since November 26, 2019, the Rexburg Police Department has been involved in the search for J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan. So you guys, I mean, hopefully most people know the case of J.J. and Tylee. They were two kids that went missing, but they were actually never really missing. They were both murdered by their mother and a stepfather, which would be Chad Daybell. I don't think he ever considered himself. Well, he wasn't a stepfather because they weren't married yet. But he would have been had they been alive for a little bit longer. And they were killed because they were deemed to be evil spirits, conveniently, by Lori and Chad. And they believe in their weird, kooky little cult that they had that, let's see, evil spirits can take over. I'm doing this by memory. Evil spirits can take over somebody's body in time of, like if you're sick or some sort of an ailment of some sort, or they can take over your body, but in your soul gets sent off and it's trapped in sort of like this stasis, just sort of sitting there. It can't get out. And the only way to free the original soul, hopefully the nice person, the good, and they judge everything on light and dark values too. But like you can be 4.2 dark, really bad. But the only way to free the soul that was the original soul that was once occupying the body but taken over by an evil spirit is to kill the physical body that the evil spirit is in, and therefore freeing the soul that was originally in there. I mean, is that the most convoluted thing you ever heard? Guess what, though? It was actually on an episode of Walking Dead before they came up with it and put it in their document. Okay, the Walking Dead episode was like 2 years prior to that. And they were watching it going, ooh, wow, that's a really cool idea.
Back if you want me to.
Yeah. So, and they were killed, but they didn't tell anybody. And so, the grandparents were looking for both of them, Larry and Kay Woodcock. They were actually on my show multiple times at the very beginning before anybody was even talking about the case. It was really just East Idaho News and me. East Idaho News was first. They were doing the whole thing, but I was the only person on YouTube talking about it. And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And at one point, I think it was like Dateline or something, sort of wouldn't allow Larry and Kay to talk to me anymore because they had exclusive rights at that point. Is that crazy or what? But it was interesting though. I mean, they came on 3 times. One time I actually had the daughter of Kay came on and said a whole bunch of stuff, and then I removed the video because Larry and Kay were like, yeah, that's, she was saying stuff she shouldn't have said, da 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 da. And so they came on and we talked. So I'm going to see if I can get Larry and Kay to come back on again, coming up here. But they were looking for them, and there's just this huge saga. It's the craziest thing you've ever heard of. Like for example, here is my org chart, okay? Now, pretend these X's aren't there, but you have Lori right here and Chad right there. And then there's Lori's brother. There's Charles. So Alex here killed Charles back in July of 2019, July 11th, and he claimed it was self-defense, but it was really a planned killing of Charles to get him out of the way. In 2018, Lori's previous husband died, and I'm sort of wondering now if Joseph Ryan died the same way that Tammy Daybell did. And then look at that, December 11th, 2019, Tammy Daybell dies in the middle of the night sleeping. clearing the way because Charles died in July, and then 5 months later, Tammy dies. Now Lori and Chad can be together. It's awesome. And then, you wouldn't want to have these two kids, spoiling the fun. So they killed JJ here and Tylee. It's crazy. And then Lori, Kay and Larry right here are the ones that come on the show. Then you have Melanie is the niece of Lori. And this woman named Stacy Lynn Cope was Lori's sister who had Melanie, and then Melanie was going to be part of the cult too, so she was going to have Brandon killed, and that was on October 2nd, 2019. I mean, look at the dates on these things. July 11th, 2019 for Charles, October 2nd, 2019 for Brandon Boudreaux, and December 11th, 2019 for Tammy Daybell. All three of the spouses were intended to be killed in that little 4-month period there, or 4 or 5 months. Don't you find that incredible? And then this is one of the things that I always point out to people here. What's going on? All right. Yeah, just don't worry about it, verbal judo. Just be a normal person commenting about cases that we're talking about. We don't allow people to come in here and sort of as a promo for other channels, like, hey everybody, hey, I really like your channel, but hey, have you seen this one? Okay, it's not cool, right? It's rude as hell. All right, so here, and it also makes me feel like it was disingenuous to become a member. So that's why it doesn't feel good. All right, cool. So anyways, on the day that Charles was killed here, at the house of Lori, a house that that Charles had to pay for and everything, Charles was killed by Alex here. There was 5 people there that day. Right now, there's only 1 person still alive that was in that house that day. See, to me, that was like, that's impossible. Okay? Alex is dead now. Charles is dead now. JJ is dead now, and so is Tylee. And the only one that's alive that was out of 5 people, and they all died in different instances. So it wasn't like, oh wow, there was some bad thing that happened there that one day, and they all died. Alex killed. Look when Alex Cox died. By the way, just look at this again. Alex Cox dies December 12, 2019. Brandon Boudreaux was attempted to be killed by Alex Cox. It's really obvious that that's what happened. In October of 2019, so he should be dead. December 11th. Well, it's actually October 19th is when Tammy was killed. Her body was exhumed on December 11th. And guess what? That would make somebody go, oh my God, and they'd panic. Holy shit, man. They're going to exhume her body. And they're going to know that Alex did. And then boom, Alex is dead the next day. And he dies in a very similar sort of way where he kind of is on the ground and stuff's coming out of his mouth and stuff. No, Brandon, he isn't dead, this guy. Everybody else with an X on here isn't alive anymore, including these. Because this is, when I created this chart, they were just missing. I can't really switch it over to red because it's not editable anymore. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She just died probably naturally, but amazingly, Alex Cox was the only one near her when she died. So I just kind of put it up on there. So there's the org chart there. This is Colby Ryan, Lori's son up here. You see him in the news a lot. He doesn't really play much of a role in terms of anything that happened or, Okay, so let's get back to this. Is that a pretty good kind of just sort of, these are the people that died? And I'll show you. I actually have the body camera footage of the scene when they go into the house and Charles is on the ground. And then they get Alex, and he talks, and he goes outside. And there's always that one key moment that I bring up often where they say, so what was he mad about? And he wouldn't answer the question, something like that. He wouldn't answer as he's walking and walking. And he goes, I don't know, he was just mad. Yeah, well, no, because you knew the answer to the question that you were asked, you didn't have a good one for, so you pretended you didn't hear. You were the one that introduced it, though. All right, here we go. Since November 26, 2019, the Rexburg Police Department has been involved in the search for J.J. Vallow, date of birth 5/25/2012. And look at the date there. That was since November 26, 2019. So again, Tammy dies October 19th. Charles dies July 11th. Brandon was shot at on October 2nd. And at this point, Larry and Kay must be going, whoa, too many people are dying here at this point, and that's when the ball started rolling. The search for these children began when Kay Woodcock, there you go, I actually didn't even remember it, that was it, but Kay Woodcock, JJ's grandmother, called Gilbert, Arizona police to report that she had not had any contact with JJ for several months. The Gilbert, and this is Arizona, police contacted the detective Ray Hermosillo, who was deemed to be an evil spirit. They have these. What was the name that they had for those? Just some weirdly goofy name that they had. Of the Rexburg Police Department. Due to the Rexburg Police Department helping the Gilbert police with an investigation in which JJ and Tylee's mother, cousin, and uncle were persons of interest. There you go. JJ and Tylee's mother, Vallow, so Lori, has been charged with 2 felony counts of desertion of a minor child, 1 misdemeanor count of resisting and obstructing, 1 misdemeanor count of soliciting to commit a crime, and 1 misdemeanor count of contempt. The contempt charge is for failing to comply with an order in a child protection action in Madison County, Idaho, to produce JJ. So they were putting pressure on her and said, hey, you need to produce JJ or you'll have charges. And they weren't able to produce JJ or Tylee to the Rexburg Police Department. Vallow was required to produce the children by January 30th, 2020, and refused to do so. So at that point, there's incredibly high suspicion that both those kids are dead at that point. It's ridiculous. Tylee was 16 years old at the time she went missing, and JJ was 7 years old when he went missing. Until this time, law enforcement had stated that Tylee was 17 at the time she went missing because we were not aware she was missing until several months after her 17th birthday. So she was only 16 because she was murdered way before her birthday, but they weren't aware that she wasn't alive, so they thought maybe she was 17 at the time. Thanks, Blue Eyes Crying. Chad Daybell, hereinafter Daybell, was present in Kauai, Hawaii on February 20th, 2020 when Vallow was arrested. Remember that? That's when Nate Eaton went to Hawaii and Chad and Lori was arrested right there. And she was arrested on those desertion charges. She wasn't able to produce them, and they went to Hawaii to get married. And boy, it was so beautiful. I mean, let me just show you. You know, you might hate these guys, but look at this. Cha cha cha. You remember that? What a bunch of garbage. And by the way, that face right there, if you look at my, where's the thumbnail here? This one? So here's the thumbnail that I made for the tonight's show. Most of you probably didn't even notice it, but I use this is what's on, I have a mug that has this on there because that's actually his face. Look at, watch. If you flip it around, and then you go like this, and then you're able to rotate it a little bit more, that chin right there is this. Because his chin sticks out like a quarter mile. I don't even know what's going on. And then I took his hair off of his head, flipped it around, and got an ear going. And so what we then have is Skippy, Chad's cousin. So anyways, he's looking at Lori right there, and they're just having such a wonderful time together. So there's that one. Oh, God, the love. I wonder if it was this one. You know? Hey, thanks, Vanessa Dance. And there's the malachite ring, everybody. The $47.95 ring that you can get on Amazon. Wonder how long you had to wait to get that. Did they get the rush order? And here they are on the beach. Ah, tiny bubbles in the wine. I mean, you know that's what's going on here, right? What a joke. Ah, there it is. And believe it or not, there's this other player in the case, but she's sort of been given a free pass for some reason. Let me see. Her name is... What the hell is it? What was her name? She was like a podcaster type.
All the coverage. 4-leaf clover.
Trying to find her name. Yeah, I don't remember where it is, but there was this lady that was she was doing these podcasts, and she was a big Chad supporter. Hey, thanks, Eugenie. Huge Chad supporter, and she said that she would have conversation. Yeah, Julie Rowe. There you go. She would have conversations with Chad about how she could see that his wife Tammy was gonna die soon, right? And he would say, yeah, me too, yeah. No, I think she's gonna live a little longer. Okay, well, I think she's gonna. I mean, that lady was nuts, okay? And Julie Rowe, man, I don't know what's going on, but I think you have a little bit more going on with what happened there than you're ever gonna, sort of admit. Okay, nobody can prove anything, but that's my opinion. I have those podcasts all downloaded. I have them all, and you can just watch them and go, whoa, that's insane. And then eventually she turned on him. There it is, the malachite, $47.99. Oh, that's a video there. Okay, so here, that's again the... we'll go back to this every once in a while, just so you know. Tylee was 16 years old at the time she went missing. And they thought but she wasn't. They thought she was 17 because it was already past her birthday, but she wasn't alive. So they went back. Chad Daybell was present in Hawaii on February 20th when Vallow was arrested on felony desertion charges. Daybell and Vallow were married on November 5th, 2019. So again, let's go back to the chart. Look at this timing here. July 11th, 2019, Charles is murdered. Tammy dies and is murdered, in my opinion, on October 19th, 2019. And then just 2 weeks later, they're gallivanting, as my mom would say, in Hawaii. And they're getting married over there. It's unreal. And then after they come back at some point, you have this. I mean, I think they were staying there. They stayed there, actually. They were living in Hawaii for quite a while. Daybell and Vallow were married on November 5th, 2019. Daybell's first wife, Tammy Daybell, died the night of October 19th, 2019. Guess what Julie Rose said about that? After she died, she said, "She came to be behind the veil and is so happy for you." She said this on a podcast, that she's so happy for Chad to be with Lori. Really? I mean, she's floating around over the bed, watching them doing what they're doing. You think that really, Julie? Well, they're behind the veil. She's happy because he got to reunite with somebody from a past life. That's what Julie Rose said. I mean, what an embarrassment. The last verifiable sighting of Tylee was September 8th, 2019 in Yellowstone National Park. Okay, let me show you that. I've got it all. Let me turn down the music. It's a little high there. A little loud. All right, here's the picture at Yellowstone National Park. So there it is, and that's the last known picture of her, and I think she died the same night. She was murdered. And let's go back to the document. It said that was September 8th, 2019. So look at that. Now, I was able to find that exact location. Let me show you. I don't think that's the right place. Let me get the... Not sure. Let me find the... No, there it is. That was in Wyoming. So at first I thought it was at this place, Grand Prismatic, right? So you can see the picture there and you see the steam going up. But it didn't look right to me. And then eventually, it took me hours to do this. And it was right here. And once I found, okay, Old Faithful here. That's what this is.
I received my notebook today. So cool.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. Blue eyes crying. So then somebody actually went down to and did a camera for Google on the path there. And I was able to determine that that picture was taken right there. And, you know, you can actually, I mean, just look at the picture like this. I mean, it's perfect. Look at the mountain in the background. There's another image that you can see even these areas here. But see the mountain in the background? It's right there, and there's the thing over here, and right there, it looks like they're on the corner because there's a piece of wood, and so where he's standing is right at the end of that in the corner, and you can see it. So it took me a long time to find it, but that is the spot where they're standing. I wonder if there is another... Here's a 360-degree shot. There you go. Yeah, so that's a better look at it. They were standing right there, filming across. So you can just kind of picture them here. And I think another picture from the same day is this one. I think it is. I mean, it looks... Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, look at the hair there, everything. I mean, it's pretty close. The same shirt on and everything. So that was the same day. And look at her face right there. And realize at this point, JJ and Tylee were deemed to be evil spirits. You know, like they are bad people. Or maybe it was Tylee. JJ, I think they had listed a different way. But why would they take an evil spirit to Yellowstone National Park? Can anybody answer that one? Unless you knew that you were full of shit, but you wanted to give them their last hurrah, sort of like, hey, let's go visit. It's just an absolute joke. These people, I don't believe that they, I don't think they believed, even Lori didn't believe that they were both evil spirits. I know people want to believe her and give her credit for it. I think she's that evil. I think she is somebody who just wanted to get her children out of the way and start this amazing new doomsday cult. You know, what is it? Part of the 144,000 or whatever the hell it is. That's what I think. I'm not going to give her any credit at all for being, oh, I was just brainwashed. Really? Then why'd you take him? I think this here is what the prosecution should use at trial. This instance where they showed up at Yellowstone National Park and sell to the jury that they were completely aware of what they were doing was wrong. And this is sort of their last little thing. Well, let's let them see Yellowstone one last time. Well, if you believe that they were evil spirits, then that means their spirits are behind the veil somewhere, trapped actually. Not in the veil, but they're trapped. And so why would you give a damn that the evil spirit got to enjoy Yellowstone? And that's where the jury go, yeah, holy shit. They knew exactly what they were doing. Yeah, and I think that would be how you sell that. You know what I'm saying? And if you're out there and you're not a channel member, make sure to hit the, subscribe, become a channel member. You can chat quicker. You get the use of the emojis. It also helps support the channel and, allows us to keep doing all the stuff that we're doing. It's weird how this is all coming back, just going over it again. It's just weird. The last viable sighting of Tylee was on September 8th, 2019 in Yellowstone National Park. The last verifiable sighting of JJ was September 22nd, so 2 weeks later, 2019, in his mother's apartment located at 565 Pioneer Road, number 175. Thank you, Misha Trisha. And we should have that too. Yeah, so this is before they were built. There it is. These are their apartments right here. 565 Pioneer Road, 175. Oh, the dogs are freaking out. And again, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. No, it's not. What do you mean, Billy? Jesus. How ridiculous. There's the taco stamping out crime. You know, it's weird. Streamlabs thinks you're joining. Hold on a second. Even when you're just using your member thing. Ah, that blue. There's these kids playing out on the street, so he's barking and barking and barking. Crazy Blue. He does the thing, like Blue's one of the dogs that goes, bah, bah, bah. And you go, blue, blue. And he goes, boop, boop, blue. And then you go, he's just like one of those kids where you say, don't hit him. Don't hit him again. And you see, look in the back seat and there's a little tiny little hit. Yeah, it's crazy. Thanks, Mar McIntyre. Okay, so the last variable sighting of JJ was September 22nd. That's actually by Melanie Gibb and other people and her boyfriend. And that was on September 22nd, 2019 of JJ in his mother's apartment located at 565 Pioneer Road, number 175. While the Rexburg police and FBI received many tips of alleged sightings since the beginning of the case, none of these tips have led to any verifiable or actionable information regarding the health, safety, or location of the minor children. So there was people, I remember there was people saying, oh, they were seen over at a truck stop, or they were at a concert, and then there was all kinds of garbage. That's why I never believe any of that stuff. It's just, you got cases like this where it's just nonsense after nonsense. Everybody says, oh, I saw him, but you didn't. Vallow moved to Rexburg on about September 1st. So these kids went missing. She moves there around September 1st. Tylee goes missing on September 8th. And then JJ September 22nd. I mean, you wouldn't want to, you got to get them out of the way really quick. Your mods here are impeccable? What does that mean? First I thought it said imbecile. I was like, what? Yeah, I mean, they're great mods, but I mean, I just don't understand what that, I mean, what a weird compliment. Let's see. Yeah, so she moves to Rexburg on September 1st, right? And then on the 14th, or excuse me, the 8th, Tylee disappears forever. And then on the 22nd, JJ disappears forever. So within basically 3 weeks of her getting there, both her kids are never seen again. And that's why she moved them there, in a small little town where they could just conveniently wipe them off the face of the earth because they've got evil spirits in them, don't you know? And really what they're doing, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I want to cut them both some slack and maybe just give them, you know, a couple months in prison, because what I think they did was they saved the souls of JJ and Tylee from being in limbo forever. Don't you get it? I mean, they had to kill the physical body of JJ and Tylee to free the souls of the once loved Tylee and JJ. That's what they want us to believe. What a joke. Yeah, we got 191 likes in here. And by the way, go out and share the video, you guys. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's what they're gonna sell. Lori's gonna say she was brainwashed into believing that that Chad brainwashed her and Alex, by the way, into believing that there are these evil spirits. They take over somebody's body, and the only way to free the original soul from limbo is by killing the physical body. And Alex, you know, he took it too far. He was so, you know, he believed it so strongly And then one day I just didn't know where my kids were. You know, and I just didn't know what to say. I mean, they're all going to do it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I've always said, is Alex is going to be the person that both Lori and Chad blame it all on, that they didn't realize that someone was going to take it literally, what they were saying. They didn't realize that, except there's other things in there that take that off the table from them being able to say. Alex Cox resided in the same complex as Lori, initially living in the same unit as Lori, and then moving into his own unit, 565 Pioneer Road, number 107. On November 26, 2019, Detective Hermosillo and Detective Hope from the Rexburg Police Department went to Vallow's home located at 565 Pioneer Road, number 175, Rexburg, Idaho, to conduct a welfare check. Detectives Hermosillo and Hope met with Alex Cox and Lori Daybell outside the residence. Daybell acted as if she didn't know. Alex Cox and Chad Daybell outside the residence. So Lori's not around in this one. Daybell acted as if he didn't know Lori Vallow very well and stated he didn't know her phone number. I mean, that's the only reason she moved up there. Of course he knows who she is. Cox told the detectives that JJ was with his grandma. So Alex Cox told the detective that JJ was with Kay Woodcock. I mean, Jesus. With his grandma, Kay Woodcock, in Louisiana, which was not likely to be true due to the fact that Kay Woodcock is the individual who first called in a missing child report to the Gilbert Police Department. Alex Cox said Lori Vallow may be in apartment 107. Hermosillo and Hope went to apartment 107, but the apartment was completely empty and vacant. At this time, they called me. They called me and Detective David Stubbs and asked me to come to the premises to help search for JJ. Yeah, see how it's just sort of pretty ominous back then. Shortly after calling me, Detective Hermosillo called me again and indicated that he saw Daybell driving a black Chevrolet Equinox. Let's see. Hermosillo called me again and indicated that he saw Chad Daybell driving a black Chevrolet Equinox away from the residence. Detective Hermosillo stopped Chad Daybell and asked him if he had seen JJ. Chad responded that the last time he had seen JJ was in apartment 107 in October. But a minute ago he said he didn't know who Lori was, right? He also admitted he knew Lori Vallow's phone number and provided it to Detective Hermosillo. So you lied to him before, so now you're already looking like you're trying to hide something. On that same day, Chad doesn't live in those apartments. He has the house with his wife Tammy, who is soon to be dead anyways. On that same day, myself and Detective Stubbs located and spoke with Lori Vallow in her apartment at 175. We identified ourselves as Rexburg Police Department officers. Lori Vallow told us that JJ was in Gilbert, Arizona with a friend named Melanie Gibb. So not with the grandmother. Weird. So you've already got two different stories. We obtained Melanie Gibb's phone number from Lori Vallow. This encounter was recorded on body camera. We ended our contact with Lori Vallow and immediately attempted to call Melanie Gibb. We were unable to contact or speak with her at that time. Vallow also informed the Rexburg Police Department that Tylee was attending BYU, Idaho, and living with Vallow. So Lori Vallow informed Rexburg Police that Tylee was attending BYU in Idaho and was living with Vallow, I guess. So, or maybe they're saying Charles. Is that the other Vallow? Or saying she lived with her, but she was at school now. Because Detective Stubbs and I were unable to contact Gibb, we immediately contacted Vallow again, and we requested that she call Melanie Gibb. At this time, Lori Vallow told us that Melanie Gibb and JJ were at the movie Frozen 2, so it was unlikely Gibb would answer the phone. We instructed Vallow to call Gibb and have Gibb contact us so we could verify the location of JJ. By the evening of November 26, 2019, we had still not heard from Melanie Gibb, so Rexburg Police Department informed Detective Ryan Pillar of the Gilbert, Arizona Police Department of the information we have received regarding the children being with Melanie Gibb. Detective Hermosillo was informed later that evening, around 9:30 p.m., that Gilbert police went to the home of Melanie Gibb. Gibb was not home, but Detective Pillar contacted her by phone and stated that JJ was not staying at her Arizona house and had not been there for several months. So now the truth is slowly coming out. Are you guys here? How come you guys aren't chatting back and forth? Several months, okay. On December 6, 2019, Detective Hermosillo was contacted by Gibb, and she informed us that both Daybell and Vallow called Gibb on November 26, 2019 at separate times. She was contacted first by Daybell. Okay, so on December 6th, so this is 10 or 11 days later, after they had already talked to Melanie, and she said, JJ's not here. Then on December 6, 2019, Detective Hermosillo was contacted by Gibb, and she informed us that both Daybell and Vallow called Gibb, and there's actually a recording of that phone call, on November 26, 2019 at separate times, or another call anyways. She was contacted first by Chad, who told her that she would probably be contacted by police in regards to JJ's location, and he then asked her not to answer the call. Gibb informed Rexburg Police Department that she was confused by this request because she had been told by Lori Vallow in late September or early October that JJ was living with Kay Woodcock, who was JJ's grandmother. Gibb asked Daybell if JJ was living with Kay, and he told her that JJ was not with Kay. Okay, so Chad told Melanie Gibb that JJ was not with Kay at that time. All right. So, like I always say, every single night we're on here, you guys support the channel if you can. If you can't afford to help support it with PayPals and Super Chats and whatnot, then hit the like button, please. All right. I would appreciate it. It helps keep me doing. I do these 3 or 4 hour shows every single night, but it's not just that. The funds that come in, I donate over 50% to charities, and you guys are what make it happen. Hey, look at that. Candalee Woodward Stone said, "I can't wait to hear what they found out about Tammy's demise." Yeah, me too. There's a lot of people out there that I think they need to exhume, or I think Alex Cox was cremated, right? Is that true? Yeah, Melanie Gibb is no genius. You know, it's crazy watching Melanie Gibb in the police interviews. She just tries to act so hip and neat, and she's just a joke and an absolute embarrassment of a person.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
I can't wait to hear what they found out about Tammy's demise.
Oh, yeah.
It's also hard to believe Chad's kids never said anything about him getting married weeks after their mother's death.
Yeah, I mean, well, she met Chad. This guy right here, Joseph Ryan, had died before she met Chad. I don't remember the exact month her and Chad met. I know it was before Charles died because that was one of the things they'd argue about. So now how Joseph died, I don't know, but at one point Lori tried to have Alex Cox kill Joseph Ryan at a court hearing with a taser gun or something. Mm-hmm. All right, there it is. Okay, Gibb was soon thereafter contacted. So Melanie Gibb was contacted shortly after by Lori on her phone. Lori asked Gibb to tell the police that she had JJ and asked Gibb to tell the police that she had taken JJ to the movie Frozen because she needs her story to match up. Vallow further asked Gibb to take a picture of some children in a manner that would make it appear that Gibb and JJ, that Gibb had JJ with her, and to send that picture to the police. God. Melanie Gibb informed Vallow that she would not lie to the police, and Melanie Gibb did not comply with Vallow's request. I mean, at least you got to give her some credit of some sort that at least she's one of the ones that came forward, but she's a dingbat. She believes in this kind of stuff. You know, that's the thing. She actually believes in this type of stuff. Thanks, Kimberly Faith. Gibb first met Vallow in the fall of 2018. Gibb introduced Vallow to Daybell in St. George, Utah at a Preparing a People conference. That's where Julie Rowe was part of that one. In early 2019, Gibb was present with Vallow during, so Lori Gibb was present with, Melanie Gibb was present with Lori Vallow during a telephone conversation between Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. The conversation was in response to a vision of Vallow that her husband Charles Vallow and her son JJ were going to die in a car accident by January 1st. Or, see, this is what I was telling you about. See, this is that Julie Rowe is in this stuff. So in early 2019, Melanie Gibb was present with Lori Vallow during a telephone conversation between Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. The conversation was in response to a vision of Lori Vallow that her husband Charles Vallow and her son JJ were going to die in a car accident. See all these visions? So it's different than the other one. The other one was with Julie Rowe, Chad, about Melanie's demise. Isn't that amazing? That there's Lori's having visions, right? Of Charles dying. And then Chad miraculously has visions of Tammy dying. And then they both die and they get to be together. Whoa! That is incredible, everybody. Think about that. Sick. So in early 2019, Gibb was present with Lori Vallow during a telephone conversation between Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. The conversation was in response to a vision of Lori Vallow that her husband Charles Vallow and her son JJ were going to die in a car accident. So she's even including JJ in that one. By January 1st or 2nd of 2019. But yeah, that didn't happen. Which did not happen. During and after the conversation, Lori Vallow told Melanie Gibb that Daybell had informed her that while Charles had not physically died in an accident, here we go, everybody, his spirit had left the body, everybody. Yes, you too can get a new spirit and have a happy time by What a joke. Charles had not physically died in an accident. His spirit had left his body, had been replaced by another spirit, which was a dark spirit. Guess what, everybody? The dark spirit's name was Ned Schneider. Gibb has informed law enforcement that the word zombie was introduced weeks after the initial conversation. So guess what? If you go back and look at the episode, I made a video about it. There's a video, an episode of The Walking Dead. I think his name was like Tirik, or I don't remember. Remember the sort of Islamic doctor that the I can't remember his name now. It's been so long. But the younger kid met in that show. Well, they on the day that they were meeting, they were walking through the woods, and he said something like, "Yeah, my mom told me that when you kill a zombie, it frees their soul." I guarantee you that Lori and Chad, or Chad himself, got that exact same thing. He got that idea from watching The Walking Dead. That's how shallow these people are. Gibb has informed law enforcement that the word zombie was introduced weeks after the initial conversation to describe an individual whose spirit has left their body and been replaced by another spirit. The new spirit inhabiting a person's or zombie's body was always a dark spirit. At some point after Melanie Gibb first learned this doctrine from Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, she was informed by Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell that they believed it was their mission to rid the world of zombies. When Vallow initially spoke to Melanie Gibb about getting rid of zombies, she spoke about saying prayers to remove dark spirits from the human bodies they had inhabited. This information has been corroborated by electronic communications made by Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. After the death of Daybell's wife, Tammy, on October 19, 2019, Melanie Gibb was informed by Lori Vallow that when a person became a zombie, their original spirit left their body and entered limbo, just like I was telling you before, and is trapped and cannot progress to paradise. I think I need to play this while reading it. Hold on a second. After death of Daybell's wife on October 19, 2019, Gibb was informed by Vallow that when a person became a zombie, their original spirit left their body and entered limbo, and is trapped and cannot progress to paradise. Ha ha! Vallow then informed Gibb that for the person's original spirit to be freed from limbo, the person's physical body had to die. Despite the teaching that a physical body needed to die, Gibb reports she was never told by Vallow or Daybell that they planned to carry out a physical killing themselves. At the time Gibb was told this information by Vallow, she was still under the belief that JJ was with her grandmother Kay and that Tylee was at BYU. Oh, God. I mean, I think they'll be playing that music in the background while in the the documentary they make on this. Yeah, so I mean, it's just like I told you before. The only way to free the person's original spirit from limbo is to kill the body that the evil spirit is inhabiting. Yeah, see right there. The person's physical body had to die. And that's the only way to free it. Therefore, they don't really say how that works. Like, why would... Are they sort of tethered in limbo because the physical body's still alive? They're right there. Why didn't they cast a spell that would put the original spirit back in and push out the evil spirit? They never talk about... excuse me. How evil spirits can be removed and replaced again back with the good spirit. I guess it just means as soon as you're taken over by an evil spirit, you're dead. You mean Alec Murdoch? I think Chad's worse. I mean, in some ways. I mean, Chad. I think they're worse because they killed 2 kids and they were wiping out all kinds of people. Alec Murdoch is just sort of a, family annihilator type. It was a hiccup, and then it made my stomach hurt. I don't burp. I can't burp. But it was kind of like a combination, wasn't it? Thanks, Jim Long. All right. Melanie Gibb has further informed RPD that sometime in the spring of 2019, before the death of Charles Vallow, that Lori Vallow called Tylee a zombie. So we already know that Lori was referring to Tylee as a zombie, and guess what? You have to kill the physical body to free the original soul. So, but not too much of a zombie that we wouldn't want to take him to Yellowstone National Park for a last viewing of some sort. Gibb was on the phone with Lori and heard Lori call Tylee a zombie, to which Tylee responded, "Not me, Mom." Upon the unsealing of my probable cause affidavit in State versus Daybell, Gibb spoke with me and clarified that Lori herself told Gibb that Tylee responded to being called a zombie by saying, "Not me, Mom." Gibb did not hear Tylee say those words herself. This arose out of Lori requiring Tylee to babysit JJ, and Tylee did not want to. So, because Tylee didn't want to babysit, a zombie took her over, of course. Anytime you're mad at somebody, they immediately become a zombie, and that allows them to kill that person, freeing the original soul, because nobody would ever disagree with Lori or Chad unless they're a zombie. This arose out of Lori requiring Tylee to babysit JJ, and Tylee did not want to. Lori Vallow also told Gibb that Tylee had turned into a zombie when she was 12 or 13. Wow, all those years. Is that why you looked at her outside after Charles was killed and you went, "What?" Lori Vallow also told Gibb that Tylee had turned into a zombie when she was 12 or 13, which was approximately the same time Tylee had become difficult to deal with. Like the exact age that all little girls or young boys become difficult. Gibb was further informed me that she was told by Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow that they held religious belief that they were part of the Church of the Firstborn, and their mission in that church was to lead the 144,000 mentioned in the book of Revelation. Yeah, remember Lori actually spoke with Morani. On January 26, 2020, a search warrant was served on Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow in Kauai, Hawaii, where they were living and on their vehicle. The children were not found with Chad and Lori in Hawaii, and no evidence was found to suggest that they were living with Chad or Lori. Did they even think this through? I mean, you kill Tylee and JJ. You don't think at some point you're going to have to produce them to somebody somewhere? I mean, what a bunch of idiots. Yeah. Yeah. Chewbacca. Hey, thank you,
I'll be Chewbacca.
Shell Griffith.
Circus tent. Musical note.
Kimberly
Musical
Dean.
note. Circus tent.
Laura Winnick. Oop, won't say the real name. And let's see, Mary Privat for the PayPal. Thank you. All right. And thank you, George Leonard. I don't know if I have the... Oh, they have it on. Chewbacca! I think this is cool how they put this together because it's kind of easy just to follow along. Through this investigation, we have discovered that J.J. Vallow was registered at Kennedy Elementary School in Rexburg the first week of September, because remember, they got there on September 1st, and she was killed on the 8th. Kennedy School was informed that J.J. had an individual education plan, or actually that was Tylee that was killed on the 8th, but he was killed on the 22nd, I think. Due to his autism, Kennedy Elementary was in the process of creating a new IEP for JJ. On September 23, 2019, JJ had an unexcused absence. Hold on, my wife. All right, yeah, so look at it. It has an unexcused absence on the 23rd. That's because he wasn't alive, basically, anymore. He was killed, and he was supposed to go to work. And let's see, what day is that? What day is September 23rd? 2019 in Rexburg. That's a Monday. Yeah, there you go. So it was a Monday. He had an unexcused absence. It should be noted that originally in our investigation we believed that JJ was in school on September 23rd. But upon review of his school records, we found that he was not and had an unexcused absence. On September 24th, 2022, on a Tuesday, Lori Vallow called Vicki Barton of the Madison School District and informed her that JJ was going to Louisiana with his grandparents and wouldn't be home until the end of October or maybe later. On October 29th, Madison School District records indicate... See, they had no plan really here. It's so stupid. Why not say we're taking him out of school and he won't be coming back? You know, instead they leave it where there's a date, and then all of a sudden the school district records indicate that JJ would be homeschooled, they said. So, let's see. On September 24, 2020, Lori Vallow called Vicki Barton of the Madison School District, informed her that JJ was going to Louisiana with his grandparents and wouldn't be home until the end of October or maybe later. On October 29th, Madison School District records indicate that JJ would be homeschooled. During searches of Lori Vallow's apartment in Rexburg and subsequent searches of her apartment in Kauai, no homeschooling materials were ever found. As mentioned, the last verifiable sighting of Tylee was in Yellowstone National Park on September 8, 2019. Photographs established she was there with her mother, Lori Vallow, her brother, J.J. Vallow, and her uncle, Alex Cox, the hitman. They didn't say that, but that's what I call him. They drove there in Alex's silver Ford F-150. The trip was further established by tracking the GPS cell tower connections and Google account information on Alex's cell phone. The Cellular Analysis Survey Team, CAS, same thing that we have in the Murdoch case, or in the Idaho 4 case, is an FBI unit that provides analysis of cell phone records and represents the information to law enforcement. CAS has analyzed Alex Cox's phone and provided the location information mentioned in paragraph 25. The CAS analysis provides the location of Cox's phone.
Especially old cases. Thanks for all your time and hard work.
Well, thanks, Tina Williams. Yeah. Well, I try to do this where it's more. There's more context and things. I mean, we're just reading through this, but I'm showing you different things as well. As mentioned, the last verifiable sighting of Tylee was in Yellowstone. Okay, yeah, so we're already down here. CAS uses cellular services. Yep. CAS has further informed law enforcement that Cox's phone exited the west entrance of Yellowstone National Park at 6:40 p.m. Okay, so I have this information. So here we go. Picture taken right here. There's the west entrance right here. And then right after that, they went to from 6:45 to 7:02 at Buckaroo's Barbecue. And I think that's right here. Yeah, right there. And it's right here. CAS has further informed law enforcement that Cox's phone exited the west entrance of Yellowstone National Park at 6:40. His phone appeared to be at Buckaroo Barbecue Grill, West Yellowstone, Montana, from 6:45 to 7:02. Cox then returned to Rexburg, Madison County, Idaho, at approximately 8:30. No, let's see what time. 12. Yeah, 8:37. The phone was then at Lori's apartment, number 175, until 9:35, at which time Cox appears to go to the Maverick on Main Street in Rexburg at 9:43 until 9:53. I think I have all that. So from here, they drove all the way back into Rexburg. Down here, and there's the gas station. So here's the apartment, 175, right? And I have all the times and everything already in there. So 8:37 to 9:35, he's in Lori's apartment, which is 175. So Alex is in Lori's apartment. Then right after that, he goes over here to this PM Maverick here, and he's there for 10 minutes. Right there. Cox then went back to Lori's apartment at, now it's at 10:44 to 11:15. And then at 11:45, Cox's phone is located at his residence at number 107. So I think that should all be in here too. So right over here, he goes back to Lori's apartment. Yeah, there it is, from 10:44 to 11:15. Then he goes back over to his apartment at 11:44. Right there. Then on Monday, September 9th, at basically 12 midnight to 12:44, Cox's phone was located at his apartment 107. So he's still sitting there. However, at 2:42 in the morning to 3:37 in the morning, Cox is located again at Lori's apartment, number 175, where Lori lived with Tylee and JJ. This is significant, not only because he is there in the middle of the night, but also because this is the only time in September he appears to go over to Vallow's apartment between midnight and 6 a.m. Now remember, just the day before is the last time Tylee was ever seen by another human being other than these psychos. Then at 4:37 in the morning, Cox went back to his own apartment. So they're spending a lot of time either planning or scheming or whatever they're doing. I think at this time they might even be killing Tylee, drugging her or something like that. So now she's dead. So she probably was still alive on the 9th. At 4:37, Cox went to his own apartment, Unit 107, until 8:59. So that's, kind of normal time in the morning. At 9:21, he was located at a property with the address of 202 North 1900 East in Rexburg, which is the residence of Chad Daybell. It would be noted that while Chad Daybell's address is listed as Rexburg, it is actually located in Fremont County, Idaho. The 921 reading is a GPS data point and places him behind the home on Daybell's property east of the barn. So now we go to, there it is, Chad. That's where he was arrested right there. This is his residence right here. When was this? This is 2019. Wow, how crazy is that? This is September of 2019. September 1st even. Man, this is crazy. This image right here is this is the same day that Lori got the kids to Rexburg, Idaho, and just 8 days before Tylee was killed and put in the ground over here. Wow. Is that weird or what? So at 4:30, so we're back at this part. Let's see. So it was 8:59, and then at 9:21, he was located at a property with the address, which ends up being Chad's property. Then at 9:21, reading is a GPS data point that places him behind the home on Daybell's property east of the barn. So east of the barn is right here, and guess what? That places him right over here. I mean, it literally puts him right here. That's the property, that's the barn, east of the barn, right here. And this is where Tylee's body was found, exactly where they're saying his phone pinged. Is that amazing? Cox's phone was still at the Daybell's residence at 10:39. So now we're looking at 9:21, 10:39, and then at 10:47 his phone shows a hit in the city of St. Anthony. At this time, we are unable to tell if he was actually inside the city limits of St. Anthony. St. Anthony is it's about a 5-minute drive from the Daybell's residence. Let's see where that is. Do I have the St. Anthony thing? Is this making sense to everybody? I hope it's not too, convoluted or anything. To me, it makes sense, but... Alright, so there's St. Anthony's is right here. Okay, there it is. There's the 1047. So he likely drove down this road like this, then got on to, let's see if that's doable here. Yep, so he stop sign and took a left and drove down the highway to St. Anthony's over here. Okay. Oh, and thank you up there to Tina Williams. Appreciate it. She said, love all the info you bring to cases, especially old cases. Thanks for all your time and hard work. Well, I appreciate it. It does take a long time, even though I've already got the information here, you got to put it all together in a way that, you can present it. Hey, freaks, happy St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for everything you do, Gray, and all the generosity, too. Well, you guys are generous. You could keep your tips, but you choose to donate a lot to crime charities. Love that. Well, thank you. Yeah, I could keep it.
Thank you for going through it with the map.
I'll never do that on here. I guess the thing is, like, what we're doing on the side with the money that I'm choosing to give to charities is, and various other things like the DNA fund, is such a huge, I think it's a reward feeling for all of us, like every one of you that helps support the channel by being a member or super chats, PayPal, everything, it all helps out. And like if you send in a penny, part of the penny is related to the income, so it has something to do with identifying these individuals. Now, like I said before, if you missed earlier, we have 6 DNA cases that were fully funding going on. We've already done 2 already, so they'll get to 8 when we finally get done. A couple of really interesting ones, 2 coming up here, so hopefully all 3 of them, all 3 of the ones that are further along are all interesting. The cigarette butt case, the man with the flippers shot in the head, weighted down, sunk to the bottom, and then also the Vermont County Doe, a mother with 2 children wrapped up in a awning in 1934, and they probably died in 1932. So there you go. So let's get back to this. Cox is located again at Val's apartment at 175. Let me get to the part where we were just at. Oh yeah, so that was from earlier. Cox's phone was still at Daybell's residence at 10:39. At 10:47, his phone shows a hit at the city of St. Anthony. At this time, we are unable to tell if he was actually inside the city limits of St. Anthony. Let's see. At 10:57 to 11:39, Cox is located at the Daybell's property. So what did he do? He drove there really quick and then back? Or is that just an accidental ping? At 11:52 to 12:02, he was at Del Taco in Rexburg. I mean, how sick is that, everybody? Just think about that for a minute. He's burying Tylee in the backyard, and he thinks, let me go get a taco. I mean, I don't think you can get... Thanks, Cheryl Bullock. I don't think you can get more callous than that, right? Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, Aisha. There. I get it. There we go. Oh, that's ridiculous. Then it says at 11:52 to 12:02, he was at Del Taco in Rexburg. He appears to spend most of the rest of the day in his apartment, eating his tacos, watching General Hospital, just having a great time. Here, hold on a second. Wife just came home. right. Through this investigation, the Rexburg Police Department and FBI have seized, searched, and analyzed multiple cellular devices pursuant to, search warrants. On June 1st, 2020, I was informed by Special Agent Ricky Wright of the FBI that the FBI had been examining a phone believed to be owned by Tammy Daybell. The FBI found a text conversation between Tammy Daybell on September 9th, 2009. This is so damning right here, you guys. I mean, it's just this part coming up here. It was a text message conversation between Tammy and Chad Daybell on September 9th, 2019. The day after Tylee was killed, I believe, in the early morning hours in Lori's apartment, let's just say 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Then later, her body was moved east of the barn in Chad Daybell's backyard. I mean, just an absolute genius place. And then that same day, on September 9th, 2019, the FBI found a text conversation between Tammy, Chad's wife, who's going to die pretty soon, and Chad Daybell on September 9th, 2019, which is the day after the last known sighting of Tylee in Yellowstone National Park. That text conversation reads as follows. Although I don't really, who knows? Maybe they put Tylee somewhere else. It'd be kind of hard to get her out of that apartment. Maybe they put her in some kind of, I don't know, maybe back the Jeep in there or something. Maybe that's why they took that tire off the Jeep, to put her body in it, to move her body. I'd like to know what vehicle Alex took over to Chad's property. That text conversation reads as follows. So here's the text conversation between Tammy and Chad. Listen to how damning this is right here. So Chad messaged Tammy, trying to... So this is at 11:53. So let's go back up here for a second. At 11:53 to 12:02, Alex is at Del Taco in Rexburg. So 1 minute after Alex is over there, and he was at the residence until 11:39. So basically, look at it like this. 14 minutes after Alex left the house, Daybell texts his wife and says, "Well, I've had an interesting morning, boy. I tell you what, I should burn all the..." No, I'm just kidding. Well, I've had an interesting morning. I felt I should burn all the limb debris by the fire pit before it got too soaked by the coming storms. While I did so, amazingly, everybody, he spotted a big raccoon along the fence line. It was unbelievable. I hurried and got my gun, and being the crackerjack shot that I am, and he was still walking along the fence. I got close enough to that sucker, and one shot did the trick. They call me One Shot McGraw. It's absolutely amazing. He is now in our pet cemetery. Fun times, don't you know? And then he sent another message to Tammy at 11:56. Gonna shower now, and then gonna go right for a while at BYU. Love you. I'm surprised he didn't type in poor raccoon. Tammy said, "Hey, good for you." Then Chad messaged her back. That was at 2:47, and then at 2:48, Chad said, "Hey, I'm back now." Yeah, so I wonder what they were getting rid of, things they used to bury her during that time. I found the text suspicious because raccoons are normally nocturnal animals and are not regularly out during the day. Well, that's not why it's suspicious. It's suspicious because what are the odds of that? Matt and Regan Price, well, I guess it adds to the what are the odds. have informed law enforcement that Daybell's son, Garth, told them. So Chad Daybell's son, Garth, told them that Daybell had shot a raccoon. Hold on, let me see this again. I found the text suspicious because raccoons are normally nocturnal animals and not regularly out during the day. Matt and Regan Price, Daybell's neighbors, have informed law enforcement that Daybell's son, Garth, told them that Daybell had shot a raccoon sometime between July and August of 2019 during the day. Garth told Matt Price about the raccoon in response to a question from Matt about hearing a gunshot. The Prices informed me that the fire pit in the back of Daybell's property was hardly ever used until the last few months. Regan informed me that there appeared to be frequent bonfires in the pit on the Daybell's property over the last few months, and the first one she noticed was soon after Tammy's death on October 19, 2019. First one she noticed? Huh. Well, I mean, the fires, you'd think they would have started them before, but maybe they were like, man, we got to get rid of this body. It's underground. Let's start moving it into the flames. And on June 2nd, 2020, Detective Bruce Mattingly of the Fremont County Sheriff's Office contacted Samantha Gwilliam, who is the sister of Tammy Daybell. He asked her if she was aware of a pet cemetery on the Daybell's property in Idaho. She informed him that she was aware of the pet cemetery and stated that she and Tammy were pet people and that they had both had pet cemeteries. When asked the location of the pet cemetery on the Daybell property, she stated that it was east of the Red Barn and near the fire pit. On June 4th, 2020, I spoke with Samantha, and she informed me that she was aware of the location of the pet cemetery on Daybell's property because Tammy had shown it to her. Samantha was then shown an aerial photograph of Daybell's property, and she pointed to the same area near the fire pit where Alex Cox's phone pinged on September 9th, 2019. So this is when they're burying Tylee's body, kind of oddly though, at like 9 in the morning, like people are moving around. The above facts established that Alex Cox appeared to be, it makes me wonder if she was, this is going to sound shitty, but I wonder if Tylee was cut up in some way to do what they're doing. Because that would have been too large of, she probably weighed, what did she weigh, like 170 pounds or something? And it's just neighbors and stuff moving around, but if you make it small enough, people wouldn't really have noticed it being anything maybe other than a pet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how at 9 o'clock in the morning you move Tylee into a pit like that. So, that's crazy. The above facts established that Alex Cox appeared to be at the Daybell property on September 9th, 2019 until at least 11:39 a.m. Chad sent a text to Tammy, burning debris. Oh, look at they're putting that same thing I just noticed up there. Chad sent the text to Tammy about burning debris and shooting and burying the raccoon in the pet cemetery only 14 minutes later at 11:53. The pet cemetery, referenced by Chad Daybell, is located at the same location as most of the pings on Alex Cox's phone on September 9th, 2019. On June 3rd, 2020, I again interviewed Melanie Gibb and her boyfriend, David Warwick, in Pleasant Grove, Utah. We discussed in depth the weekend of September 22nd. Now they're moving to JJ's murder. And the 23rd, 2019. Due to the fact that both Gibb and Warwick stated Lori's apartment, number 175, residence in Rexburg that weekend, Melanie Gibb informed me, consistent with information she was previously given to law enforcement, that she arrived in Rexburg on September 19th, 2019. Soon after she arrived, Lori Vallow informed Gibb that JJ had become a zombie. Wow. So Melanie Gibb got there on the 19th, and the reason, see, this is how diabolical, the word that you used there, Mel, is perfect. This is how diabolical Lori is. She quit giving JJ his medication to help him with his, he was autistic, and he would act up dramatically way more when he wasn't on that medication. So she wanted to sell the fact that JJ is a zombie to Melanie Gibb by taking him off that, and that way other people can believe it. Oh, yeah. So she forced the I mean, I don't know what the deal is there. To me it's sick, but I think that's exactly what she did. She didn't give him his medication. Remember how that was a big story? How he hadn't ordered his medication and hadn't had it for a long time? Because she quit giving it to him. Gibb informed me, consistent with information that she has previously given to law enforcement, that she arrived in Rexburg on September 19th, 2019. Soon after she arrived, Lori Vallow, let me ask you something though. What did Lori and them say what was going on with Tylee to Melanie Gibb? Soon after she arrived, Lori Vallow informed Gibb that JJ had become a zombie. Well, I thought JJ was with grandmother, remember? Soon after she arrived, Lori Vallow informed Gibb that JJ was become a zombie and pointed out behaviors such as sitting still and watching TV. Boy, doesn't that suck as a kid to sit still and watch TV? Claiming JJ said he loved Satan. Yeah, right. And an increased vocabulary as evidence that JJ is now a zombie. Instead of him just learning new words, right? Gibb observed JJ's behavior and felt it to be the same as she always observed it. But again, he wasn't on his medication. The last time Gibb and Warwick verifiably saw JJ was the night of September 22nd, 2019. Warwick informed us that it was late and that Melanie Gibb, Lori Vallow, and Warwick were going to do a podcast. Warwick said that Vallow told him that JJ was acting up, and so Alex Cox took JJ to his apartment in the complex. So this is how Lori's going to try to play this out. And so I didn't think he took it that seriously. When Cox returned later that night, Alex Cox was carrying JJ, who appeared to be asleep with his head on Cox's shoulder. Warwick specifically remembered this because he saw it as a tender moment. It's possible he wasn't even alive right then. Or was drugged and is barely alive and will be killed later. Who knows? Warwick further informed us that when he woke up the morning of September 23rd, the next morning, he asked Lori Vallow where JJ was. This was between 8 and 9 a.m. Vallow informed Warwick and Gibb that JJ had been acting like a zombie and had been crawling on the kitchen cabinetry and had gotten on top of the cabinetry in the space between the cabinetry and the ceiling. She informed Warwick and Gibb, and when JJ had climbed upon the cabinetry, that he had knocked a picture of Jesus off the refrigerator. Vallow, that's just so ludicrous, Vallow then informed Warwick and Gibb that Alex Cox had come and taken JJ. At no time during this interaction with Lori Vallow did Melanie Gibb or Warwick believed that JJ was in danger. Lori Vallow had not said anything about harming JJ or having Cox harm JJ, except she had told you that the only way to free the soul stuck in limbo is to kill the physical body that the evil spirit has inhabited. So you already knew that. So that should have given you a clue, like, wow, I mean, so maybe that's why she asked, where's JJ? Approximately 1 week after Gibbs' September visit to Rexburg, Lori Vallow informed Melanie Gibb that she had arranged for JJ to go live with his grandma, Kay Woodcock. Vallow further told Gibb that she had told Kay, oh yeah, that's right, this stuff here is before the police got a hold of Melanie Gibb later, you know. Vallow further told Gibb that she had told Kay that she had cancer in order to convince Kay Woodcock to take JJ. Vallow further elaborated to Gibb that she had traveled with JJ and handed him off to Kay. The FBI CAS team has analyzed Alex Cox's movements the morning of September 23rd now. So here is September 23rd by his cell phone GPS at 9:55. Alex is again on Chad Daybell's property. He was there until 10:12. The pings on his phone locate Alex near the pond on Chad's property at the northern edge of this property. Chad Daybell's property is located in Salem. Yeah, so now we'll go back over to the property and check it out. I think I'm missing pins on here. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's over there, yeah. See, yeah, I do have the pins there. Yeah, so right here is a pond, and they found JJ's body buried over here. Okay, so Alex is exactly where both bodies were buried. And Alex apparently believed, too, that zombies needed to be killed. Listen, I think we all believe if there are zombies, they should be killed, right? I mean, but they're just not zombies. That's the thing, that they don't exist. Okay, he was there until 10:12. The pings on his phone locate Alex near the pond on Chad's property at the northern edge of the property. On June 3rd, 2020, so this is, 9 months later, I asked Special Agent Ricky Wright of the FBI to analyze the frequency of Alex Cox's visit to Chad Daybell's property during the month of September. His response was, per your request, I checked the visits by Alex Cox to Chad Daybell's house again. There were only 4 visits by Alex during the month of September. They were on 9/6. So this is before. He makes you wonder if they were digging holes 9/6 because JJ wasn't. It was 9/9. So they had this plan. Then 9/9 and then 9/23. So 9/9 and 9/23. 9/9 is the burying of Tylee. That's what I meant. So he visited on 9/6. So I bet he dug a hole in the pet cemetery to put Tylee's body. Then 9/9, he does that. Then 9/23 he takes JJ there, and then in 9/25 he was there too, from 10:05 to 10:22. During the 2 visits on 9/6 and 9/25, all the pings were in and around the house. Okay, so it wasn't at the cemetery. And there were no pings anywhere in the backyard near the fire pit. Okay, so those are irrelevant. He was there, they were probably planning and As you can see, these visits were also short, about 11 minutes and 17 minutes, like the ones on 9/23, 17 minutes. The visit on 9/9 was the only long visit, approximately 2.5 hours, because it was probably much more difficult to deal with Tylee than it was JJ. On June 9, 2020, a search warrant was executed at Daybell's residence and property with the assistance of a local FBI ERT team. We located at multiple sites of interest. These sites were identified and corresponded to the cellular data of Alex Cox's phone when he was on the property mentioned in paragraph 12.6. That was on the 9th and the 23rd. Additionally, one of the possible sites correlated to a location on the property Chad had texted his wife about and mentioned in paragraph 17 and 18. The first site of interest was located on the north side of the pond, near the north edge of the property. This site corresponded with 2 GPS pings from Alex Cox's phone on September 23rd. A patch of ground was located that appeared to be disturbed. The weed growth on top of the disturbed ground was shorter than the surrounding weed growth. What appeared to be sod etching was also noticed. The disturbed area was approximately 4 feet by 2.5 feet. Members of the FBI ERT team removed the top layer of sod. Underneath the layer of sod were several large flat rocks. The rocks were removed and 2 pieces of flat paneling were found. The paneling was removed and investigators exposed a round object covered in black plastic. Similar paneling was found in a barn located on the property. Upon exposing the round object covered in black plastic, a strong odor was noticed. A FBI ERT team member used a small, sharp instrument and made a small incision in the plastic, and a layer of white plastic was observed. An incision was made into the white layer of plastic, exposing what appeared to be human remains, the crown of a head covered in light brown hair. The remaining dirt around this object was methodically removed, exposing what appeared to be a body wrapped in black plastic. The plastic appeared to be tightly wrapped around the body and secured by gray duct tape. Cheryl Anderson, associate professor of anthropology at Boise State University, was present on the scene and advised the remains found near the pond appeared to be human. As noted above, the GPS on Alex Cox's phone pinged twice on September 23rd, 2019, near the first site where human remains were found. The GPS records indicate that Cox was at that location for a total of 17 minutes on September 23, 2019. Due to the depth and width of the grave the body was located in, and the rocks and paneling found in the grave, it would be impossible for one person to have dug that grave, placed a body in it, placed the rocks and paneling in a grave, and covered it back up in 17 minutes. So we have to figure out what they're implying there, but here, I'll show you some of the pictures from the yard. And this is where they found Tylee over here. In this. Right in this area. So if you're looking at the map, I think you can see the... it's hard to... Let me see if this one's better. Maybe that one. Yeah, that one's clear. Yeah, it's hard to tell if like that's the fire pit right there. And if so, if that is the fire pit, then, or maybe this is, whatever this is right here, that's a fire pit. But look at right there. That's almost exactly where Tylee's body was found, if that is correct. Let's make sure. Oh, there's probably some more pictures, so we'll go through them. Okay, now we know. Now we see a bush there, and now we can get a better feel. This is before they started digging. See how they're digging right there? I think that's where they found her, though. Okay, wow. So that's the bush. So let's take a look at it like that. So that, like, right there is very likely this. So I think it's kind of like this. And they're digging exactly right in the, whatever this is right here, that's where they're digging. Hey, thank you, Joneson. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you as well, and thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's definitely where the body was found.
Happy St. Patty's Day. 4-leaf clover, green heart.
That's weird. This is interesting because this is, after they already dug the bodies up and everything. All right, so let's go through some more of these. I got a bunch of them. So look at, people are looking down at the, like in this shot here, everybody, but maybe one or two people are looking right at that. So whatever that is right there, that is Tylee in the ground over here. And here's another shot. This is before, this is when they were setting up the grid. It's funny because well, it's not funny, but the body was found outside of the grid that they set up. It's over here. And there's a really good shot right there. Yeah, it shows you exactly. You go down, there's the barn. That's right there. And there are a lot of people looking again. Same thing. And now they got a backhoe in there. And that's an above shot. And that was before they just started digging at that point. Now this is the pond and the tree, and it's right there. Crazy. So on the map here, you go over there, and so it's probably more even back here based on that image. So there's a tree. Let's see. There was another. Let's go back to 2015. That's clear. So that means that, he was found back here, right behind the tree, right on the edge of the property. Yeah, so we're looking about like this. See. Is this, I don't know if is there anybody out here that's getting something out of this? Like, wow, okay, like it makes more sense now. It just really, the whole reason for it being done by these psychos doesn't make sense to people because they're nuts, but the technical information that we're going over right now, I'm hoping is making sense to everybody. And I think that now we're just repeating again. Okay. I mean, it's a crazy case. This is one if you turned in a novel to a station and go, hey, let's make a movie about this, they'd laugh their asses off and say you're an idiot. You know what I'm saying? If you turned in a script about this, it's absolutely dumb. Okay. A second site of interest was located behind a red unattached outbuilding located roughly in the center of the property near the fire pit. Next to the fire pit is an area used as a pet cemetery. There you go. This site correlated to several GPS pings of Alex Cox's phone on September 9th. Ground in the area was probed with a steel pole, and several areas of disturbed ground were located. During a search of this ground, a buried cat and dog remains were found. No raccoon remains were located. A backhoe was used to dig further layers of dirt. While doing this, bricks were located approximately a foot below the ground. Oh man, as soon as they saw that, they probably, oh shit. Once the bricks were discovered, the soil was examined, and what appeared to be 2 bones were located. Based on the condition of the first bones found, Cheryl Anderson was not able to determine whether the bones were human. Methodically, the dirt in the area was searched, and several other items of interest were found, including other bones, charred tissue, and charred bones. Cheryl Anderson indicated these additional bones, both charred and uncharred, and tissue found were human remains. Investigators provided photos of some of the partial remains that were found at the pet cemetery to Sarah Getz, PhD, a forensic anthropologist. Dr. Getz was able to identify those remains as being non-adult human remains. Around the time the head mentioned in, around the time the head mentioned in paragraph 44 through 50 was discovered. Jeez, I don't remember reading that. Chad Daybell was observed leaving his daughter's residence in a gray SUV. I and other officers pursued him, and that's actually caught on somebody's camera. Pursued him in police vehicle, conducted a traffic stop, and detained him, and he's never been free since that moment. And where he was detained was just down the street. I mean, he was getting the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, he's looking out his window. Oh my God, oh, and he just bails out. He zips down north 1900 East, and like the rodeo clown that he is, he got pulled over right there. Yes, Chad Daybell will sell you the skin on your own back. Yeah, he drove right down the highway and was pulled over exactly where I have this pin. Didn't make it very far. And he's never been free since then. Well, I think for a while, wasn't he on bail or something? Well, on June 11, 2020, I observed the autopsy of the body described in paragraphs 44 through 50. The body had not yet been removed from the plastic covering it was found in. As the body was uncovered and the face exposed, it was clear to me that this was the body of J.J. Vallow. The body was well preserved. While I had never met J.J. Vallow during his life, I was familiar with his face due to seeing many pictures and videos of him. I was further familiar with his haircut in the pictures I had seen of him in Yellowstone, which was shaved on the sides and back and longer on the top. JJ was further identified by Brandon Boudreau, who was shown an autopsy photograph of the body and face and was able to verify the remains were JJ. Jeez. On June 11th, 2020, I also observed the autopsy of the human remains described in paragraphs 51 through 55. This is Tylee. It was not possible to identify those remains by simply looking at them, as they were too damaged by fire and dismemberment. Ooh. So maybe that is what they did. And no longer had any recognizable features. However, Dr. Glenn Smith, an orthodontist and deputy coroner in the Ada County Coroner's Office, was able to identify these remains as belonging to Tylee Riley by matching an irregular jawline with an X-ray of Tylee when she was alive. Despite identifying Tylee, law enforcement was advised that it would still be wise to obtain a DNA verification. We were informed that sufficient soft tissue existed, which was not burnt, that we would be able to test the DNA. We are in the process of having that test performed. It was her. Okay. On January 16th, 2020, a child protective action was filed by the state of Idaho and Madison County on behalf of JJ and Tylee. The court ordered Vallow to produce JJ and Tylee within 5 days of serving of the order to Rexburg Police Department. Vallow was served that order on Saturday, January 25th, 2020, by detectives Chad Catalana of Kauai Police Department. Vallow refused to produce the children and never complied with the order of the court. Alex Cox died on December 12, 2019 in Maricopa County, Arizona. His death has been ruled to have been caused by natural causes. I don't believe that at all. I mean, the odds that Alex Cox just died randomly, accidentally, a day after Tammy Daybell's being exhumed from a a grave, it's, that doesn't even make any sense. I think whatever killed Alex is the same thing that killed Tammy Daybell. All right, you guys. Well, we're doing this long show today, and we've hit one of those lulls again. Yeah. All right. I'm also going to show you guys this one. Well, there's a Charles Vallow body camera footage of him explaining how Lori thinks that he's Ned Schneider, but that one's not really that interesting other than that. I was going to play this video that I made a while ago.
She came in her blue Nissan Rogue with a man we originally thought was Alex Cox, her brother. But a closer look of the car seat. They put it in the locker, shut the door, and leave the facility at Nissan Rogue.
Yeah, so this is a storage facility. This is East Idaho News again with Nate Eaton.
The man we originally thought was Alex Cox, her brother. But a closer look of enhanced high-quality video
Chad.
shows it likely was not Alex.
You can tell
in
by
fact,
his head.
it appears to be Chad Daybell, based on the way he walks, looks, and comparing his mannerisms to other video we have of him. Let me walk you through this. The blue Rogue arrives at 2:25. You can see the timestamp says 1:25, but that's because the clocks were off, according to the facility. Lori is driving the Rogue and makes her way to the door of the building where her unit is. She gets out 2 minutes later at 2:27 with the man we believe is Chad. At 2:29, he pulls a tire out of the back of the Rogue.
Right, and the reason they're taking that, let's see. So this is on October 2nd, though. And so JJ and Tylee are already buried at this point. So what would be the purpose of this?
And rolls it into the storage unit. Then 1 minute later, he and Lori both carry in together what appears to be a removable car seat.
Yeah, why do you
They
need
put
that
it in the
space?
locker, shut the door, and leave the facility at 2:32. Their entire visit is just 7 minutes.
By the way, does anybody watch the show La Brea, you know, the sort of a time travel show. That lady should play Lori Vallow. I mean, I think it's a pretty cool show. I like time travel stuff. Yeah, Natalie Zaya. I mean, she is like an absolutely... Look at that. Shouldn't she be playing Lori Vallow? I mean, my God, that's like a clone almost. Like, look at this one. She should be the one that does it. If there ever is somebody that plays that part, she even physically is very similar. The way, just everything, the way she walks around, and I mean, just look at this. I mean, she's better looking than Lori, but anyways, I was just thinking about that the other day.
So why does this matter? Well, that same day,
Zozo's always the one, always has to be contradictory to everything. It doesn't matter what anybody else says, she always says the opposite.
Says that he was
Whenever
shot
I
at
say.
in Gilbert, Arizona around 9:30 that morning while coming home from the gym. Brandon had been married to Melanie, Lori's niece, and he had a very large life insurance policy and assets totaling over $1 million. Months earlier, Melanie began spending a lot of time with Lori and her religious...
Yeah. So here's some of the, like this images of the helicopter flying around. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Because at this point, here's that pond over here. You know what's weird is I don't see that tree. I guess it's right there. Yeah. But they're over there. They haven't even gone over here yet. So this is the ground here looks exactly how it looked before it was even dug up or anything. JJ over here. At this point, they're just looking for... Well, it's funny because the order they have it, it's almost like they found him first and then her, but that's not really how it seems to have played out. It's weird. Oh yeah, I think this is when they pulled him over. There it is. There's Chad. Right there. Had his little baseball hat disguised. Try to get out of it. Alright, so do you guys want to watch some of this? This is over at... we just went through all of that. But this is the death scene of Charles... Charles Vallow.
Husband. Yes. And does the husband...
So I've got the whole everything on here, the 911 call, and then I synced up the two cameras to match up with the 911 call. So there's two different people with wearing, and I rotated the cameras because both of their cameras were put on really strangely, like completely odd angles. They took the seat out of the Jeep and shot a gun at someone out of the back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, do you think maybe that's what that was? Hold on a second. Well, Brandon Boudreaux was shot at on the 2nd. So let me go back. Hold on one second. Let me look at the... Because that's the only other time that somebody was shot at. So let me go back to that video really quick. East Idaho News. No, that's the 2nd. Wow, look at that. And it's earlier in the day. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. So they took the seat out. And then they... I thought it was the 4th. But, man, that's crazy. So on the 2nd... Man, that's crazy. So when did they go back?
Have been placed into the storage unit along with the back seat of the Jeep. We would ask Alex Cox if that was...
So that's the 3rd.
For 3 minutes. You can see them entering, working their way to the same door she was at the day before, and going into the building.
And now they're going to get the stuff and put it back.
Compared to the guy from the day before, this man walks differently and carries...
Wow, look at that. So that's Alex. Oh, man. Jesus. Hey, good call up there. Forgot all about that. Yeah, so check it out. they took out the tire and the seat because Alex, I don't know who the shooter was, but Alex Cox was driving Tylee's Jeep. That Jeep that you're seeing outside is Tylee's Jeep. And on the very same day, later in the day, Brandon Boudreaux was shot at as he was trying to get into his car, and they missed. And then they're putting all of the stuff back together again. Isn't that amazing? Man, that's awesome. All right, now let's play this.
No, I don't know how to do that.
I can walk you through it.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is you're going to put one hand in the center of his chest.
Yeah.
The other hand's going to go right on top of it.
Okay.
You're going to interlock your fingers, keeping your arms straight, and you're going to press down hard and fast into his chest. You're going to go 2 inches down and fairly quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, making sure his chest goes up between each compression. Where's the gun now?
It's in the other room.
Okay. PD, we're going to stage for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, just keep going with those compressions. PD, did you have any other questions?
Yes, what's your name, sir?
My name is Alex. Last name is Cox, C-O-X.
And where are you in the house now?
In the living room.
And where is the gun?
It's in a bedroom.
Who else is there in the house with you?
Just me.
What gun is it? Was it
It's my gun. It's a .45.
a pistol? 45 caliber pistol?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, he seems frantic, doesn't he?
What's his name, your brother-in-law?
Charles Vallow.
His last name, I'm sorry.
V-A-L-L-O. Vallow.
V like Victor or G like George?
It's Vallow!
V like Victor.
Okay. Police and medics are on the way to help you.
Thank you.
Are you still doing, chest compressions with him?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, can't you
keep
tell?
pushing down hard and fast in the center of his chest.
Oh, yeah, I'm really working hard here.
How long ago did this occur? Did it just happen?
Yeah, maybe 5 minutes before I called.
Okay. Just make sure you're still pressing down at least 2 inches into his chest, and it comes up with each compression.
So look at right here. Apparently, listen, this
No,
part,
I don't know how to do that.
I can walk you through it.
Apparently, he's supposed to be doing chest compressions now.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is you're going to put one hand in the center of his chest.
Yeah.
The other hand's going to go right on top of it.
Okay.
You're going to interlock your fingers, keeping your arms straight. And
I bet he's not even doing
hard
anything.
And fast into his chest. You're going to go 2 inches down and fairly quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, making sure his chest goes up between each compression. Where's the gun now?
It's in the other room.
Okay. PD, we're going to stage for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, just keep going with those compressions.
1 out of
PD, did you have
12,
any
1
other
out of
questions?
12.
Yes, what's your name, sir?
My name is Alex.
Oh, son of
Last name is Cox, C-O-X.
And where are you in the house now?
In the living room.
And where is the gun?
It's in a bedroom.
Who else is there in the house with you?
Just me.
What gun is it? Was it
It's my gun. It's a .45.
a pistol? 45 caliber pistol?
Yeah.
Hey, no
Yeah.
problem, James. I think that's what you say. Or I can't read what you...
Charles Vallow.
His last name, I'm sorry.
it's hard to leave fingerprints on a chest.
Vallow. Vallow.
V like Victor or G like George?
V like Victor.
Okay. Well, police and medics are on the way to help.
Listen to how, I mean, can you guys hear? Listen to how frantically he's,
what, chest compressions with him?
listen to how frantically he's pumping on Chad's chest. Just listen.
Yes.
Okay, just keep pushing down hard and fast in the center of his chest.
You can't, you know what, it's weird? You can't pump on somebody's chest
How long ago
and
did this
sound
occur?
normal on
Did
a
it
phone.
just happen?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 5 minutes before I called.
He's just smooth talking. There isn't really any, like you're pumping on something.
Just make sure you're still pressing down at least 2 inches into his chest, and it comes up with each compression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
He's probably
7,
just going, would you
8,
shut the hell up? I'm
9,
not doing a goddamn
10,
thing. I made
1,
sure he was dead
2,
before I even called
3,
you.
4,
That's why it took
5,
me 5 minutes. I
6,
made other phone
7,
calls before I even
8,
called you guys.
9, 10.
Now he's pretending. Been up to it now.
Okay, were you guys arguing when this happened?
What a fool.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all the same. I've been up to it
And you said
now.
there's nobody else there, just you and him, correct?
Correct.
It's bad. I have brains in my hands. Yeah, whatever, you dumbasses.
Could you just let us know when it's secure?
Certainly, we'll do that.
Thank you.
And was he armed also, or just you, or what happened there?
Yeah, he came at me with a bat.
Hey, hold on. I got to show you guys Scouting Dude and Adniram. You guys want to see it? They just sent the picture. You guys want to see them? That's awesome. Look at that. Scouting Dude and Adniram. I'm going to have to flip the picture around so it says freak, but that's awesome. Hey, nice to meet you guys. I see your faces. That's awesome. You guys look like a really cool couple. It's perfect. Excellent.
Anyone been drinking or doing drugs or anything today, or no?
I don't know, but I've never seen him that enraged before.
Oh, I bet.
Does he live there with you, or where does he live?
No, he lives in Houston.
He's what, married to your sister? Is she? Where is she?
Correct. I don't know. I think she's taking her son to school.
Okay. Questions? You still doing that? Is see anything? Any response from him? You know?
He's not responding at all.
Some officers should be there. Let me know when they get inside to you. Is the front door open?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It's
Now
unlocked.
I merge it.
Okay.
Still got the
Can you
911.
come out, walk outside with your hands
Sure.
empty? Are you able to do that with your hands
Sure.
up and empty?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your front door, right?
Yeah.
I had to rotate the video. So here it comes.
Come out this way, man. You know, no weapons?
No weapons on me.
All right, come on out this way.
Yep.
I'm going to have you have a seat right here on the curb.
Yep. Who else is in the house?
No one else is in the house.
Okay, just have a seat right there. Let's get FD in here.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
So that's the other officer's
We got
camera.
the gentleman out.
You have some ID on you, sir? What happened today? How did it get to this?
The one on, see, down here you see Charles on the ground while they're talking to Alex.
I know, he was enraged.
Well, what's going on? What happened?
He was talking with my sister earlier.
No, what happened today, though? Like, just in the last 20 minutes.
He came at me with a bat.
Okay. Was he living here or
No.
visiting?
He came to pick up his son.
Okay, is the son inside?
No. My sister took him to school.
Okay, so it was just you at the house?
Yes.
And he came, how long, what time did he come to pick up the son?
I don't know, 20 minutes ago maybe.
Okay, so you know who he is, let him in?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think they were talking earlier, then she left, and then he got into it with me.
Like what? What do you mean?
I don't know, he was accusing me of...
See, this part right here is, I think, a significant moment in here. He says he was accusing me, right? But he realized, how was he going to answer? Because what he was being accused of was that Charles thought that they wanted to kill him. And he said he was accusing me, and then he realized, ooh, I can't say that. So listen to this again, and listen to how it plays out. Watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think they were talking earlier, then she left, and then he got into it with me.
Like what? What do you mean?
I don't know, he was accusing me of...
Accusing me?
Come on over here.
Now look at, while they're walking, the officer says, accusing you of what? And watch how Alex doesn't say it. He never responds, but he heard him, because after they walk for 10 seconds, he turns and he realizes he can't say that, so he goes, I don't know. He was just mad, you know. And then the officer didn't keep challenging. No, you said he accused you. What was it of? He didn't do that, which I think is like, man, how did you not do that?
That truck's going to be really loud.
So let me just play that.
Yeah.
Okay. He was accusing
I
me.
think they were talking earlier, then she left, and then he got into it with me.
Like what? What do you mean?
I don't know, he was accusing me of...
Come on over here. That truck's going to be really loud. What was he accusing you of?
Nothing. I don't know.
He was just yelling at me.
I don't know. He was just yelling at me. I don't know. He was just... Yeah, he was accusing me of what? Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. I don't know. He was just yelling at me. Oh, okay, cool.
What was he yelling at you about?
About my sister, because I've broken up the tussle with them earlier. And he told me not to interfere anymore with them or I'd pay. And he came at me with a bat.
Okay, so he showed up in the house with a bat in his hand?
No.
Okay, so...
There was a scuffle earlier with my sister and my niece. My niece got involved.
About earlier meaning earlier this week? Earlier this morning?
Just this morning, before they left.
Before your wife left?
My sister.
Before your sister left?
Yeah.
Okay, who lives here with you?
Nobody. I don't live here. My sister lives here and my niece lives here.
And you're just visiting?
I was visiting for the night.
Okay, so you're over here visiting your sister and your niece?
Yes.
Okay, and there was a tussle between your sister and her husband?
Yes.
And does the husband live here or no?
No.
Okay.
He lives in Houston.
Okay, is he an ex-husband or just current husband?
They're working on that.
Gotcha. So at some point earlier today, they get into some type of domestic?
Yeah, just this morning, then they left, and then he came at me.
They left meaning who? Both of...
Here, hold on a second. I can see the bat.
He stayed.
So you guys are kind of talking in between, or what? Who are you? Who are you?
Neighbor.
No.
Hold on. That cop was dumb not letting that neighbor...
Husband?
Yes.
And does the husband live here or no?
No.
Okay.
He lives in Houston.
Okay, is he an ex-husband or just current husband?
They're working on that.
Gotcha. So at some point earlier today, they get into some type of domestic?
Yeah, just this morning, then they left, and then he came at me.
Ah, God.
Okay, is he an ex-husband or just current husband?
They're working on that.
I can see
Gotcha.
the
So
bat.
at some point earlier today, they get into some type of domestic?
Yeah, just this morning, then they left, and then he came.
The bat's right here. There's the bat. And when I play it, just focus there.
Came at me.
See that?
They left meaning who? Both of parties? Or?
Yeah, my sister took my niece and my nephew.
Okay, so they left.
Create some space from him, and then he came at me.
Okay, but did he leave also?
No.
He stayed here?
He stayed.
So you guys are kind of talking in between, or what? Who are you? Who are you?
Neighbor.
No, just go back. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So it's just you and your brother-in-law?
Yes.
Okay. And kind of go through it.
So,
say something like, hey, don't touch my sister.
And there's the neighbor they just send off, but man, maybe he had something really valuable.
Or,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he picked up the bat.
Where was the bat at?
In the living room.
Okay.
The guy inside me?
No, I haven't got it.
Thanks, Jessica Schumach. The silence has been broken.
Charles is the husband of the occupants here. But I guess he lives where?
Houston.
You know his date of birth?
No.
From Houston?
Yeah.
Is this vehicle here? How did he get here?
Is it here from Texas?
No, that's my sister's car. I think
Hey, thanks,
it came in
K-Dog.
a rental car. I think my sister's in it.
You think your sister's in the rental car? Okay.
All right, so the rest of this crap here is sort of boring, so I'm just going to move it until, like, look at right there. That's JJ and, Lori and Tylee over there sitting against that car. They came up to them while they were standing there, and he goes, go over there, go over there. So here we go. This is my favorite part here. This just shows you, look at her attitude.
Onto that street, but so we got to move that south tape. Okay. All right, let me get your information. Does your husband live here or no? Oh. Gotcha. Okay, you guys married. Gotcha. Okay. Let me just get
Thanks,
you have a
K-Dog.
driver's license with you? I can just grab it.
So Lori's going to get the driver's license on.
Thank you.
Just look at her. How did they almost just not arrest them based on obviousness right off the get-go? Look at her.
R.I. What does your middle initial stand for?
Noreen.
Noreen. N-O. V-A-L.
She does. You know what she even does? She does exactly the same thing that Alec Murdoch did with the "It's a House." Except in her case, she goes, "I'm sorry," because she already said something about her neighbors, and how dare you not understand?
What's a phone number for you, Lori?
She loves the part where she gets to say how much she weighs, and then sort of looks over at Tylee because Tylee's heavier, and says, "What?" Oh God.
You live here though, not in Santana. This is your home.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. Listen to that.
Thank you.
Right.
L-O-R-I. What does your middle initial stand for?
Noreen.
Noreen. N-O. V-A-L-L. What's a phone number for you, Lori?
She's got a face like a slapped ass. A slapped ass.
You live here though, not in Santana. This is your home.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. You hear that? Right.
We just moved in here.
Gotcha. How long have you guys lived here?
I do have to admit that what the cop says is pretty ludicrous. Listen. Watch what he says. She says, "Now we just moved in here a couple weeks ago."
You live here though, not in Santana. This is your home.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Anything else, officer?
We just moved in here.
She goes, "We just moved in here a few weeks ago."
Gotcha.
And he says, "Gotcha. We just moved in here a few weeks ago."
How long have you lived here?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. See, look, this is what's funny. Right. We just moved in here a few weeks ago, and then he says, "How long have you lived here?" So he wasn't really listening.
You live here though, not in Santana. This is your home.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
We just moved in here.
We just moved in here a few weeks ago.
Gotcha. How long have you guys lived here?
How long have you lived?
Sorry?
How long?
And then she's like, "I'm sorry, you're dumb." Like she's that focused in on little nuances like that have nothing to do with the fact that her husband has been shot on the floor of the house.
Have you lived here?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Okay.
That's why the neighbors don't know us.
Oh God, that's so funny and clever and cute.
And you're still about 5'6"?
About 5'6".
20.
120. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. What? What? Jeez, Mom, you don't weigh 120.
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, geez.
Look at.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why the neighbors don't know us very well.
Gotcha.
Like, hi neighbors.
Hi, neighbor.
Are you working at all?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, you're still about 5'6", 120.
5'6", 120. Mm-hmm. Look at that big smile on her face. And then you know that Tylee probably said, "You don't weigh 120." What? 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 Oh. Hey, shut up, zombie over there. I'm flirting with the officer, if you don't mind. Oh, God.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, young lady. And let me just get your information. How old are you?
16.
This might be the last time she's ever heard
And
on anything.
that's Mom? Okay, what's your first name, hon?
I want to know. I wonder what she said. I'm gonna have to boost that up. I wonder what she said to Lori, where she said, "What?"
How old are you again?
16.
16. Do you have a driver's license?
I do, it's inside.
Nice. So you're a new driver, huh? How do you like that?
Well, almost 17.
Almost. Oh, so you're an old hat then.
Yeah, I drove here from Texas by myself, so I'm pretty used to it by now.
Okay. What's your birthday, hon?
Well, I don't think.
You live here with Mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one thing about like Lori, I don't know how much control she had over Tylee at all. That's why I think that's why she deemed her a zombie and had to kill her, because Tylee's somebody that might have told somebody. But then I also find it interesting how before this, she would go into the police station with Lori and talking about Charles and disparaging him and defending Lori. So it's hard to say. But we played that whole interview too, where it's just Tylee being interviewed by the officer in the jail there.
You know how tall you are? What do you think
And
you
she had
are?
a similar story about the bat and everything. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's some truth to that there was a bat and he was going to do something with the bat, but it was intentionally set up like that to create an situation where it would appear to be self-defense, because that's the only reason Alex was there, was to kill Charles.
Probably like 5'1" maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What do you think you weigh?
Thanks, Cali Gal 3.
Okay. Red or oh, that's brown for sure. Oh, blonde too. You guys, I'm gonna list you as a blonde young lady here. You got, and then blue eyes.
Yeah.
You have very blue eyes. That's not under debate. Do you have your own phone number?
I do.
Okay, hang tight, guys.
Hey, Jennifer.
I'm gonna go yeah, something, because
These are from
Got into it with me.
These are the individual ones without being overloaded.
Like what? What do you mean?
I don't know. He was accusing me of.
He was accusing me?
Come on over here. That truck's gonna be really loud.
What was he accusing you
What was
of?
he accusing you of?
He was just yelling at me.
I don't know. He was just
Okay.
yelling.
What was he yelling at you about?
Yeah, right.
Alright, let me get you.
I can just do this one.
Let me
her
get
one
your
more time.
information. Does your husband live here or no?
No,
Oh.
this is Houston.
Gotcha. Okay, you guys.
Still 5'6", 120. Mm-hmm.
Alright, what does your middle
What?
initial stand for?
Noreen.
Noreen. N-O. B-A-L-L.
Yeah,
What's the
I
phone
don't know
number
what
for
the
you?
real story is about the swimming party. We've heard about it a lot, but I mean, where's the? I'd like to see the official
story,
like at trial, them talking about it. I mean, there's articles and things, but I don't know. Just mentions.
You know, not in Santan. This is your home.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Been here for
We just moved in here.
We just moved in here 3 weeks ago. Gotcha.
How long have you guys lived
How long have
here?
you lived here?
How long
sorry?
have you lived here?
Like 3
Oh,
weeks.
geez.
As I
Yeah,
said, you
okay.
idiot.
Hi, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
Are you working at all?
No.
Hi, neighbors. How's it going?
You're still about 5'6", 120.
120, yeah, that's right. What? Anyways, she just makes me want to vomit, you know. That's all there is to it. So, anyways, I think that's about it. What else we got in here? Anything to... if you missed the beginning of the show, we went over, we have 6 total DNA cases that we're working on. Well, we're paying for, we're having worked on, I guess. And we went over the other 3 earlier. So if you missed that, it's at the very beginning of the show. So, I mean, one last look at the org chart here. You've got Tammy Daybell right here, Chad's wife. She was killed on October 19th. And literally not even a month before is when JJ was killed. And then 6 weeks before, Tylee was killed. Then Tammy was killed. And then 3 months before JJ and Tylee were killed, Charles Vallow was killed. And then when the police got suspicious and exhumed Tammy's body on December 11th, 1 day later, Alex Cox is dead. And then on October 2nd, the same day you see... Oh, I guess I already knew this information. I just forgot that I knew it, because right here is the picture of the surveillance footage that says October 2nd and then October 2nd right there. But the on October 2nd, Alex Cox driving Tylee Ryan's Jeep, and she's already dead, that's why he's driving it, shoots at Brandon Boudreaux to free up Melanie right here, who married an absolute dumb shit person named Ian Pulowski. Okay, I mean, he is about as dumb as a box of rocks. And the reason I say that is because, you know, and Melanie is even dumber. That's the thing. Right there, the combined IQ of Melanie and Ian Pulowski is about 16. I mean, they are absolute idiots. And so Ian Pulowski, at least he had some common sense for a moment where he turned in Lori and Chad, you know, sort of gave away the doctrine and told everybody about it and sort of was helping the police. But then and then Melanie took him back. Melanie, the Boudreaux, took Ian back, and then he quit working with the police and everything. Because he thought, God, she's so cute. Melanie's so cute. I don't want to, God, I can't lose it. Okay. That's ridiculous. They were married on November 30th. And guess who else was married? Look at this. So, Alex right here, he married Zulema Pastines on November 29th. You know, 5 weeks after Tammy died. They got married on the 29th. And a day later, Melanie and Ian Pulowski got married. I think they went and got married together somewhere. And then Alex had to be taken care of because he was the hitman for the cult. Anyways, you guys look about as bored as a box of rocks, so I'm going to get the hell out of here. So thank you all very much for being here. And I appreciate it. Thank you for the support on the channel. Hit the like button, the super chats, PayPals, etc. And thank you to, let's see, Kame for gifting a membership. Quietly Frozen with a quadruple cat eye. So it's another night where I got sort of lucky here. Teresa Murray. Tosh with a cat eye. Kubi. Caligal 3 with a cat eye. Then Kathy Chapin. Scoutin' Dude. Teresa Murray. Peter Blue Eyes Crying. Vanessa Dance. Eugenie, Blue Eyes Crying, Misha, Trisha, Mar McIntyre, Candalee Woodward Stone, Kimberly Faith, Jim Lawn, George Leonard, Tina Williams, Tosh, Cheryl Bullock, Jones, Jessica Schubach, K-Dog, Caligal 3, and Jennifer Epic. Just a second. Gotta get a couple of these other ones. We're going to be doing the notebook again. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here's some spin. Yeah. Oh, there it is. See, Quietly Frozen didn't want one, so I put her name in there a couple times. She won anyway. All right. But she doesn't want the prize, so we're spinning again. Tina Williams. There you go, Tina Williams. All right. Very cool. Yeah, so anyways, thanks very much for being here. Did you guys like the show tonight? Was it, I think by the time you're done, you just sort of feel like you understand, maybe not all of the religious nuances and everything like that and various things, but, what actually happened on those days and why, and you just see this absolute monstrous event going on where Brandon Boudreaux is supposed to be dead right now. There are 3 spouses who were supposed to be killed, and then there was going to be 3 new spouses married to those 3 people, and then Alex was marrying Zulema, who didn't have spouses, creating a cult of their own funded by the life insurance policies of all 3 of the people who died. Charles. And guess what, though? It was so cool because Kay Woodcock transferred the life insurance prior. Charles had changed his life insurance to go to Kay. So when Charles died, Lori was incensed that she wasn't getting the life insurance. How awesome is that, though? And then Brandon Boudreaux didn't die. So they were all going to start off on the life insurance policy of... See, here's what you got to look at, you guys. There was 4 people, and all 4 spouses are dead except Brandon, who was supposed to be dead. So isn't it weird that Zulema's spouse died? Chad's spouse died. Lori's spouse died. Melanie Boudreaux's spouse almost died. He was shot at. Don't you find that strange? Like, you put all that together and just go, whoa. I think almost for certain that Alex Cox died because he is sort of the loose, he's the guy that everything leads back to, and maybe he had life insurance. I mean, who the hell knows? But they were going to fund it all, and at the very end, it looked like it was only Tammy's life insurance that may be helping out. Ah, jeez. Like this picture. Doesn't this one right here just make it... Let me show you Look at this one. Doesn't that just want to make you want to vomit right there? Look at that little shit-eating, stupid-ass, punchable grin that he's got on his face there. And then she's got that same look. We're just loving it up here in Hawaii, knowing that they both know that Tylee and JJ are both dead inside, at Chad's freaking property. But they feel great. You know why? Because they freed the souls of Tylee and JJ from the barbarian zombie monsters who've taken control. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Also, thank you to... Well, I guess Wendy. Thank you, Gray, for all you do. 7 days a week. Boom, Wendy said. Wendy Bronner, thank you very much. And Michelle Griffith. And LM. And Vonda Ogden. And Mary Pivot on PayPal. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. So there you go, everybody. Another 3-hour show in the book. Hopefully you guys feel like you have everything dialed in now. I think that's why it's sort of cool to go over these again later on after you've sort of already know the case, and then you go over it again and it just really hammers home how absolutely screwed they are. Chad is screwed no matter what. I think the raccoon stuff and his knowledge that Alex is over at his property, basically guarantees that he had knew something. Now, Lori, she could say, I didn't know that they were going to be killed, but yes, I did help covering it up. She could literally say something like that. Because I haven't seen anything yet where, except for the part about her saying that you kill zombies to free souls. But that would just be, I didn't realize that Alex was going to take this all so seriously. And then he killed him and I didn't know what to do, so we had to come up with these stories. That is what she's going to say. Okay. Chad is screwed. Okay. That's it, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you all being here, and we will see you tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And thank you, mods, and thank you for all the new subscribers. And if you want to, hit that subscribe button on the way out the door. If not, we'll see you next time. All right, see you later. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while.
See, look at that. That's Lori. Look at Lori, Greg. Look at Lori.
Wow, you sound really excited about it.
Well, she just looks like her.
Crime dissector. Like rejector. Good night, quietly frozen. The coolest name in YouTube history. On a stretcher, if you try and play me like an old
projector, crime sector is my nectar.
Professor Grayl's gonna give another lecture. Crime
collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector, full reflector, interceptor, arrow-meters and a spectre with a vector on his spectre with a spectrum. Just remember I'm gonna connect ya.
I have no agenda. I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you.
Go Lori, go
and in
Lori,
the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Yeah, I think both of them will get convicted. I just think Lori has a better angle that she can play than Chad, the dipshit Daybell. And that picture on the thumbnail is really what his soul looks like. A pile of crap. Without a blender. All right, quiet. Quietly Frozen. See that name? Don't you guys like the name Circa Then? And, I mean, Quietly Frozen's like so clever, and Circa Then's cool too, because it's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain why. There's a lot of cool names, I'm just saying. Those are two that always stick out. But anyways, we'll see you guys later.
Ray, would you quit rambling on? Jeez.
Hey, I'll say what I want. But yes, I was rambling on a little too much.
See, I told you, Gray.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right, everybody. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
That's a little too much.
Was it? Okay. Good night, everybody.